So guys, welcome to episode 4 sa Nakagayanon Experience, and joining me is Christian Calio and attorney Lawrence Del Puerto. And storya na to ang ginagmay lang gud sa mga flashback memories about ROTC atong late 90s and early 2000. Atag na ko kang KG ang floor. Carls?
90s. 90s and 2000. Pero before mo ato tag 90s and 2000, ato sang ikuan kung unsay background siyempre sa ROTC. Nganong asam lagi kan, nganong mang na-ROTC na siya. Di ba? Kay mo man na primero, muna siyang pinakauna isang Commonwealth Act 1, National Defense Act of 1935, Manuel L. Quezon. So, 1935 pa na siya, ROTC. Ipahimuan na ni Manuel L. Quezon. So, then ang muna pinakauna nga pagkuan. So bali sa World War II nangakuha na sila ang mga reservists nga deploy na ng mga reservists sa World War II. So muna na siya, yan na ka-importante ang ROTC. Mga reserve na within sa kuan sa World War II nga deploy na sila. So then pag abot aning 2001, so say early 2000s, di ba? 2001. Ay, before pa dai 1990s, 1991. Muna naapta na mo ni Gawins nga kuan nga Republic Act atong ga-ROTC mi ang RA 7077. Republic Act 7077 is AFP Reservist Act of 1991. So ang iyang kuan, ang iyang objective is to provide military education training, strengthen the reserve force of the nation. Ipa-strengthen yung mga reserve force of the nation. So, kabalo ba ta nga ang Armed Forces of the Philippines, kung i-appeal nimo ang reservice niya, ang active na to is nasa 30% ang kadaghan sa atong active nga kuan nga mga sundalo. Ang reservist ana composed of 70% sa atong Armed Forces of the Philippines. Muna yung composition sa atong Armed Forces. So imagine kung unsa ka importante ang atong reservist.
Di ba?
Atong sundalo karon, tanan sundalo nga active karon is 30% of the Armed Forces of the Philippines kung i-kuan mo ang reservist. Count mo ang reservist. Then ang latest
alive and well pa magyapon karon ng ang Reserve Corps ba?
Oo na active, alive and well karon ng Reserve Force. Medyo nihinay siya gamay tungod sa aning latest nga Republic Act, itong 9163. Republic Act 9163, National Service Training Program Act of 2001, na NSTP.
NSTP.
Diba sa una ROTC man, isa ra ka bo. Diba? NSTP nga ipapili na ka sa tulo ka components na Reserve Officer Training Course na anadaan, then Civic Welfare Training Service, CWTS o Literacy Training Service. Muna tulo ka components nga papilian nimo sa kuan sa NSTP. So siguro ang ubang sumpan na og nang ROTC ngeta puglain, pero buto na naon kanang duha, kanang Civic Welfare Training Service and Literacy Training Service gabuhaton na sa ROTC daan. Di ba Gawins?
Yes.
Naatay CMO daan nga magkuan na natay CMO unit kabuhaton na sa ROTC daan. Amot lang og unsay lang gikuan na i-explain siguro ni Gawin ana unya unsay pantanaw ni Gawin ana unya sa kuan nganong nanong niabot ba ta ginana nga kinahanglan nga naon, di ba?
Bitaw ba kay murag ang textbook nga gigamit sa NSTP ug katong sa civic giawat ra magyapon sa ROTC except lang wala la tong murag militarized na training.
Tanggal na militarized training.
So, save ba nato mastorya nga mga weak ni sila nga mga nilalang?
Pwede.
Basin sa dato nga time calls ba kay ang mga ginikanan pud sa mga estudyante nga kahadlok pud siguro sila ni mga hising-hising ba?
Pwede pod.
Basta kung
ma-ROTC o wala, pwede mga mahizing mga kuan.
Lagi. Di magud masukat. Ako pro magikuan na bay bisan pag malansang ko sa krus pero pro gi ko sa inana kay di magud nimo makita ang loyalty sa tao ug ang kuan kanang si tawag kanang unsa sa kakuan ba? Resilient.
Natay ko, syempre, natay katong tulo ka branches, di ba nga, kuan, Army Reserve, Air Force Reserve, ug Navy Reserve. So, na ipunta ta sa Xavier man ta, Army Reserve man ta. Karon, ang Xavier karon is Air Force na. So, na sila sa ARSEN, Air Force Reserve. Wala na ta kaabot ang nagawin.
So, may diferensya. Sa training, di ba, parehas naman siguro gyapon?
Lahi mo yung Army, sa nga Army is more on sa ground unit, sa Air Force o sa Navy, naabal man na mo may tulo ka main branch sa kuan, military.
Kung saan natudloan nila magpiloto ang kwan? Nasa list.
Unsay dagan siguro sa Air Force. Namo po ground unit ang Air Force yapon. But I'm not sure. Dili ako ang right nga person para mag kuan na.
Yatag na to kan
Katonda si
Lawrence.
katong naagyod ga resident karon nga ROTC resident officer mas makakuan. Pero ako para siguro mabibo atong discussion, pro man mong duha, ako siguro mag-antay para bibo ta.
Pwede.
Sige. Kani.
If you'll give me time to share about what I know about ROTC.
Of course.
One of the things that I know, if my stagnant memory serves me right, the Reserve Officer Training Corps, just like has been cited by Calio, it's been there a long time ago. I think it was even initiated by General Douglas MacArthur to augment the armed forces capability of the Philippines. Now, it was even before our time. Now, my knowledge before of the importance of ROTC is based on this kind of facts. You see, this was around, these facts I gathered around 2002 when I was still a first class cadet officer. 2002. Now in those times I was fortunate enough to be able to learn some things about why ROTC is very important for the defense of the country. Well, just like what Calio said, the active armed forces of the Philippines, their numbers is very, very low. Now, if if my stagnant memory serves me right, at that time, the current numbers that the whole Philippines have, at that time, we were just about 70 or 60 million in population. At 60 to 70 million population, the Philippine Armed Forces only has around 250,000 active members to defend more than 7,000 islands.
101 islands.
More than 7,000 islands of the Philippine archipelago. Now, to compare that, how minuscule is our defense capability, at that time, in the year 1995 or in the year 1998, somewhere in those times, Taiwan, which is smaller than Mindanao, which is smaller than the island of Mindanao, has around 500,000 active armed forces. Has around 500,000 active armed forces to defend the island of Taiwan. So, and to the analysis even of Taiwan, that military might is not even more reliable it's not even that reliable to them to defend their island. And Taiwan is smaller than the island of Mindanao. But the whole Philippines, we only have 250,000. So to be able to augment our defense capability, ROTC was made mandatory. And because of this, there are more than millions of reserve forces out there. And that way outweighs maybe around 80 to 100% of the numbers of active forces. because at that time all college students, no, all college students are
Mandatory.
All male.
automatic,
Male.
automatic or part of the ROTC of the Army Reserve Force. So that was the reason. That was one of the importance why ROTC is very much necessary in our curriculum in college. But somehow, if you remember also, there were a lot of issues that came out. Number one is hazing, but the most important one that made the headline news and what catapulted to the movement or what initiated the movement to make ROTC not anymore mandatory but optional.
Actually, diba, they were moving to abolish.
Yes,
They
the
were
one that
moving to abolish.
the situation, no, the national situation that initiated this movement was the death of Mark Chua. Mark Chua is an advanced ROTC officer who became a whistleblower on the corruption that is happening on the ROTC. And then he was killed allegedly by his superior officers in the ROTC. And with that, there was a movement that was initiated to abolish ROTC, which resulted to a legislation making it optional.
Itong 9163.
So
2001.
since the situation at that time was there was too much. It was not just Mark Chua who blew the whistle. There were a lot of issues that came out, even in Xavier University.
Yeah.
There were a lot of issues that hounded Xavier University ROTC, that there were ghost platoons, there were students paying money in exchange for grades in ROTC, giving up cell phones so that they will be exempted from ROTC. They will be given grades in ROTC. So this is prevalent, no? At that time, corruption in the ROTC was prevalent nationwide, almost in all schools. It's all present. So the situation was that to abolish this to mitigate these circumstances, these evil circumstances, these bad things that are happening, the Congress decided to more or less, no, abolish ROTC, or they stop it from becoming mandatory, but instead made it optional. Now, if I must say my piece, ROTC is a very good. Technically, ideally speaking, no? Technically and ideally speaking, ROTC is a very good program because it will, the training can instill discipline into the trainees, and you will learn a lot of things, no? Like military stakes and most important part is when war, or in case our country will be invaded, then you will not panic. You will know what to do, no, in this kind of situation. But we have also to put it into realization and into the real context. We do not have the capability to educate everyone. We do not have the capability to discipline everyone. We do not have the capability to teach everyone first aid, military stakes, and how to use a weapon and everything. Like, for example, let's put into an example, the Xavier University ROTC. At that time when I was the first class, since I was the personnel officer then, I have that knowledge enough that the numbers of students that we have under ROTC was more than 4,000, no? Or was it more than 2,000? More than 2,000 students.
More than two, mga 2,000
More than 2,000 students. I think it became more than 4,000 because I counted the auxiliary or the branch, the other schools, no, that is under Under
Oh, mga
Xavier ROTC.
affiliated schools.
Oh, the affiliated schools, because there were but within Xavier University, it was just it was more than 2,000
More than 2,000.
students. Now, does the 10th RCDG have the capability to train these 2,000 students into the art of military, into the art of has that capability to discipline, to teach them first aid? No. No, there were battalions that were just assigned to beautify the headquarters. They do nothing but beautify the headquarters, and usually these are the gays, no,
Lagi ba?
those men who doesn't want to associate themselves with being man but more of a woman, to accommodate them. We made a battalion headquarters, no, and they were not disciplined. No, they cannot be disciplined. No, they were not disciplined. They were not taught the art of military, about first aid and everything. And even some of them blow the whistle that they paid money in exchange for just having grades without any more attending formations during Saturday. So this is the realities once we will implement, or we will put back ROTC as a mandatory curriculum. We do not have the capability to put into realization the beautiful contextualization and the beautiful concept of what this ROTC should be. That it can produce a disciplined, nationalistic, patriotic person prepared to go to war to defend the country. No, usually the only people that can benefit from this, that can really garner the benefits of an ROTC program, are the officers of the ROTC program. But as to those people who are not officers, it's just each to his own. Some will pay their way out, and which is corrupt activities that's happening in the program, and yeah, there were even issues of ghost platoons, meaning the platoons were just there and given grades, even though these people will not attend, and it will be unfair to the other students who are really working hard. And some of the students, all they know is just march in the field, no? Some students, because what we did, there will be students whose training will just be focused on marching for parade purposes. They will not know how to use they will not be trained how to know first aid. I know, because I was the one who was one time in our what's that we call kanang mag-contest na ganita, Kals, kanang
tactical inspection.
Kanang tactical inspection, di ba mo contest man na siya.
Pero Brad, pwede di ka i-interrupt ka dali.
Sige.
Interrupt ka dali
Interrupt.
Bitabe, about sa training, di ba? I don't believe nga dili sila tudluan. They will be taught. Ako ang training officer, kapag lukukin sa ikuan, di ba? I was the training officer. I have schedule. Naka-schedule na sila tanan na mo take up. Naka-schedule na sila tanan nga mo take up sa subject with it for the whole year, for the whole sem, for example, kani nga platoon, maka-take up na sila sa tanang subjects, not just being on the field. Pero most of the time na sila sa field. Pero it doesn't mean nga dili sila tudluan. Nakaagyan ko na sila schedule.
Naalagin na. Yes, I agree. Na training program ana. Pero pag-abot na kabalo mo ana, ibutang na sila sa classroom. Pero pag-abot sa classroom, naabay mo tudlo o naabay ginatudlo. Yes, na training program. Wala, daghan ka na nga situation nga way tao gatudlo.
Na ay mga situation
like,
dili masunod tanan.
Dili lagi ka kasunod. Kana lagi ang atong training program, di na siya kasunod. Na siya. Kamo dinimo nga classroom dinimo. Pag-abot dito wala may instructor dito mo tudlo. Kabalo ko kay ako go Provost Marshal.
Officer ang katudlo.
Ang officer na apoy kay balo. Na ay armas ipakita. Kung magstorya ka diya, wala man. Ang tinuod lang yung kakatudluan, ang tinuod lang yung kakatudluan og ingon ang insakto, once ma-schedule na gali ng tactical inspection, there will be certain platoons to assign to undertake a certain
Specialization.
military subject. Ay kana siya, mao ra gyud na ang klaro kakatudluan.
Muna na.
Pero kanang general
Muna na
program
ang specialization.
Katawag ko na itong specialization, pero in reality, mao ra gyud na silang kakatudluan. Katong imong training program, pag-abot adto sa reality sa field, pag-abot sa classroom, walay maestro magtudlo. Kung naman galing maestro gani magtudlo, di apike kayo, gamay ra kayo yang matudlo, wa gyapon mahibaw-an ang estudyante. No, kadagan kay ako gunang trabaho sa ang akong kuana Provost Marshal, ako'y magsuroy-suroy kung naabay nanong ang mga estudyante naa sa gawas, kung makita na ako estudyante way gabuhaton, nanong wala sila gabuhaton. So may bawaan din ako na pag-abot dito walay training officer mo tudlo. Pila ra gud ko buok tactical officer, pila ra gud ko buok training officer. Pero ang ilang ipatudlo usahay dili man na trabaho unta sa 4th class officer, di man ta na trabaho sa 3rd class officer. Ang trabaho gyud ana is ang naamay gatawag na tong tactical officer o kanang mga graduate nga mga gamay ra man kayo. Di man na sila katudlo tanan. Ang gabuhaton nila ang ilang ipatudlo ang 4th class ug ang 3rd class, which is kulang pod sa kahibalo. Dili man nimo in reality dili nimo matudloan og insakto ang 2,000 ka estudyante nga imong maestro swerte na mo abot og 10. How will you do that? Ang naa sa field nga mo'y magmarcha-marcha, kasagara ang ilang exposure na, ang ila lang na matun-an gyud is kadto yung pagmarcha. It's just that pag-abot sa panahon nga mag-tactical inspection mag-assign na dayon og mga platoons. So more or less, kadto sila nga mga platoons, once ma-assign to sila to a certain subject, more to sa to ilang may bawaan. One lain, like for example, katong platoon nga na-assign og first aid, first aid ra pod ilang may bawaan.
First aid ra may walaan.
Di sa to sila matudluan og saon paggamit sa 45, saon paggamit M16. Di sa to sila kabalo bay.
45 dili na ginatudlo silang 45.
Wala.
First class na advance na 45.
Graded na ta. Okay.
Pero wala. Well-funded ba mo sa una, sir? Nabagi-fund?
Wala.
Sa routine?
Well-funded.
Well, kung funded, kung funds,
na-funding kay kuan man na may bayad ana, na may equivalent
funding.
sa imong tuition ana, nga mo man tong supposedly mo fund. Pero napay issue sa corruption ana sa funding.
Kana lahi pa gyud na.
Lahi pa gyud na.
Kung funding lang well funded.
Ang sauna 3rd class 4th class mag-meeting way paniud tuhay ko to balas dos. Bajing-bajingon ka pa, matripan kasi mong advance officer. Bajing-bajing. Wa pa kay paniud to. So what will happen?
Ringtone pagkagmayo.
Akong na-notice.
Reality-wise, once that one, akong na-realize, at that time, although the idea and the conceptualization is nice, but once you put it into implementation, kalandrakas bay, and it rather becomes a hotbed for corruption and other illicit activities. There were issues like hazing, naiuban in other schools, naiuban gakamatay during training, or gaka-hospitalized during training, because of the harsh training. Even in my time, during my time sa mga trainings nga akong napila, although I myself was not subjected to hazing, but I overhear some stories like those people quit the training because at night they were subjected to some special activities. So,
hell.
In my time when I had a training in Camp Ibinilista, there were let's just say about 88, and there were around 20 or 18 or 8 people who quit because they were subjected to special activities in the middle of the night. So
Pero
if we can prevent these horrors or this kind of situation, why not? Anyway, subjecting the other students to CWTS or NSTP, that doesn't mean that these people will not become disciplined. That doesn't mean that these people will not become patriotic. No?
It doesn't mean nga wala po'y corruption sa CWTS and LTS, Brad.
It doesn't also mean that there is corruption, but at least there it's being minimized because in NSTP and CWTS, the students are not subjected to a harsh situation that will induce them to engage in a corrupt activity. Sa NSTP, maglimpyo-limpyo raman sila. Sa ROTC, kay madlock man sa kapuyan man sila, bulad init, ipagkamang-kamang, ipag-push up. So because of these harsh situations that they are afraid to be subjected to, that's the one that will lead them to corruption. And this situation is not present in CWTS and NSTP. So if there's a possibility that there's still corruption there, but because of that situation, we could say that it is on a minimal situation. If there is ever corruption, it's minimal because why do I have to pay my way out when it's just a simple thing to do? I'll just sweep the streets and I'll just teach some students and I'll have a good grade. So it's not something that I should be afraid about. But a lot of students are afraid to participate in the ROTC because of push-ups, of marching, squat thrust, and you have to wake up very early in the morning, around 6 to 7 a.m. For the officers, you have to be as early as 3 a.m. So these things. We can get, if there is a problem about these things, about instilling discipline, about teaching the students patriotism or love for country. It doesn't have to be, these things doesn't have to be mean that ROTC has the monopoly of educating people to become disciplined and to become patriotic. But the problem is, if you monopolize that curriculum into one ROTC, then these dangers that the people learned before, in that time, which pushed them to make ROTC optional, will come out again. The corruption, the hazing, which resulted to some deaths in other schools. But to us in Xavier, thankfully nobody died. Nobody died. And I'm not saying we have a hazing, but at least during training, nobody died.
Nobody died. Importante, nobody died.
Importante, nobody died.
Kapit lang.
And sir, katong nahitabo kang Mark Chua, officers magid mo adto kato 2001.
Oh.
Yeah.
Officers mi ato.
Officers mi ato.
And
moto nga time.
Lagi.
Moto nga time.
Amo ato nga time nga kuan.
Pagawasay na yun nga iabulis ang ROTC.
Akong na-notice
Daghan naman kayo ng gawas ng mga issues.
Kuan sad sir ba? Ang fourth class daghan ka is nga tanan, fourth class ito. Habang gasaka mo, second class gakagamay ang inyong opisyal.
Naturally.
Auto first class halos pila na nga kabog first class na bilin. So sa populations.
Only the strong survives.
Only the strong.
Kay sa ano lisod gyapon ni balanse kay kinahanglan magig time ang ROTC especially pag officer ka. Now, what if grabe pod ka hectic ang imong imong kurso? Sa pagbalanse mo?
Na mao lagi ng istorya ang famous nga quotation sa mga officer sa ROTC. Ang major subject nila subject nila ROTC. Dagan sa officers, ang uban subject bagsak, ROTC ray pa sir. So tinuod gid lisod gid kaayo i-balanse especially pag kuan ka officer ka sa RO.
Munang
Oh, kay usay bisag Sunday makuhaan pa imong time usay. Nya pag Sabado kay sa normal curriculum
Day lang.
kay imbis buntag lang 4 hours na maabtan man kag
Full day,
hapon.
padulong gabi pa.
Padulong gabi pa.
di ba abuso naman na, sir? Murag gawas ko na
That's part.
i-compensation.
Abuso kung mo reklamo ka pero voluntary
Reklamo
mo
ka,
mong part kay mong una-una kay gina-train lagi ka. Pero taon mo na. Nga, alang mo reklamo ka nga imong motto dia, you were brainwashed to obey first before you complain.
Brainwash yan. Damay.
Kansawan man ka nga talawan, squealer. Oh.
Lagi. Twitter.
Squealer ka.
Kuan na, sir.
If you know what, if there is one thing I would like to share about certain curriculums in college, what I would like rather to see, it is not that I am against ROTC being mandatory. If they like it, if the legislature say let's put ROTC back again as mandatory, so well and good. But if ever they would like to make it mandatory again, my only request is make it sure that we have the capability to really implement the ideal conceptualization of what ROTC should be. And certain mechanisms should be input to prevent deaths coming out of hazing and for corruption to happen during in the institution. So, if ever they want it to be mandatory back again, they should put in certain mechanisms to prevent these two bad things that is happening in the ROTC before. So, at least there will be changes if they will put it back again as mandatory. But if I will have a say, you know what we really need is I'm sorry because it's raining hard, so it's disrupting my thoughts. What the country really needs is a strong, active armed forces. You know what? We only have a few armed forces, and the capability of these armed forces is not even that they are not even that well equipped with weapons, with the right weapons to protect us. So what we need is to have a better, well-equipped and a stronger armed forces. But we cannot produce this kind of armed forces because we are a poor country. We do not have the resources to pay, to finance a strong armed forces. Nor also do we have, because we are a poor country, we do not have the resources, we cannot also provide enough funding to train well-capable reservists, no, a reserve army, no, a reserve armed forces. Nor also, all the more that we do not have the capability to produce a really prepared and well-equipped and well-trained reserve armed forces. What will you do with a reserve armed forces if they are not really well-trained and they are not also well-equipped? So, what rather we should do is, what the country should rather do and focus is how, as a country, we can become richer, how our economy can become become bigger, how our economy can become bigger. Now, in terms of education, you know, what I learned from my discussions from other people, you know, like for example, in Japan, you know, one friend told me, the problem with our education, I would just like to say that this is only my personal opinion, no? It doesn't represent any opinion of any agency that I am working with or whatever. This is my personal opinion. The problem with our education is we focus more on theory, not on practicality of application. So what do I mean? What do I mean with this? Let's say they say in Japan, no, a grade 10 or grade 11 student, a young student, he will already know how to make a radio transistor. He already have the technical know-how how to make a radio transistor, and he can really produce and make a radio transistor. So the theory about radio frequency and everything, it was applied, they were taught to apply to it and really produce a radio transistor by their own through the education they gathered from the government. Unlike our educational system, we just teach them about theories and theories and theories.
Memorization.
At the end
Walang
of the day,
katapusang theories.
walang katapusan theory. At the end of the day, nakakalimutan naman. Hindi na, and when you go to work, you don't really apply it. But then what's striking is that we are not producing inventors or entrepreneurs or people who can be able to produce things that could be able to put up as a business and improve our economy. So, you know, why is United States why is it that the United States is still a very rich country? Because Bill Gates was able to produce Microsoft. We have Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook. And then if we look at Japan, no matter how small that country is, they have students, they have people like Honda, no, who was able to
the power to create, Brad, to create.
Yeah, the power to create products, you know,
we are not being encouraged to create.
Yes.
We are being encouraged to copy.
Yeah, no. We are being encouraged to become laborers of the creators.
Yes.
That's how educational system is. We are being trained and educated to become employees. No, we should instead.
Katong nag-eskwela ko college bitaw nga BM Business Management ko. Bitanaw ko.
Ako business.
Pares mo.
BM ang gapon ko, Business Management. Sige, padayon.
Ang textbook, sir ba? 1989 ba? Unya kita nag-eskwela ta 2000. Theories ra gid atong gikuanan. Mag-quiz pa gyud kay ang definition down to the last definition. Moy ato ang sirong. So ni makatabang sa itong kinabuhi inigawa sa college.
Munang part nga ignon ka estudyante nga magamit na mo na pagtrabaho na mo, ma'am.
In other schools, pag abot gali nila college, kung ang ilang kurso business management or something to do with finance, in college they are being taught how to invest in stocks at saon pag-trade sa stocks. They are also being taught how to trade foreign exchange and other commodities, futures and everything. Ako wala mo ko hinanawa na college ko, na lawyer na lang ko, na abogado na lang ko, wala mo ko hinanawa na nabay. No, and these things are one of the market movers. These things are one of a big chunk of the economy. How to trade stocks, how to trade foreign exchange and futures and commodities. All of us should know how to do these things. No? But we don't know how to do these things. Kana lang daan. Dako na kay na siya nga lapses sa atong education. Ingon sila, para madato ka, kailanon mo invest kag stocks, kabalo ka mo trade og stocks. O hindi man na itudlo sa ato sa eskwelahan para mga dato ta. Di ba? Para madato ka, kailanon ka na kay may maimbento nga machine or product para kanang mo-click na imong product, daghan mo gamit, daghan mo palit, makwartahan ka. Hindi man tatudloan, unsaon pag-imbento. Unsaon paghimo bisan lag radio transistor or kanang relo bisan mo, di ba?
Mubalik ko sa
tatudloan.
Mubalik ko sa point ni Mas ROTC. Wala ill-equipped magud ato ang kuan, ato ang educational system mag-produce og tao. Kabalo mo tudlo ana.
Mao ilagi. Kung ill-equipped sila, they should find ways nga makaproduce sila tao nga magtudlo. We should already start to change our educational system. Kung ako ay ma-presidente, o kaya ako ay ma-secretary, pero dili man lang na sa DepEd as Secretary of Education, napamanggoy CHED, presidente yun ang ito. Ako presidente, kanagyo na nga akong primary concern. Because what? A well-educated, productive citizenry is the one that will make our country great and become better. It will make our country become richer. And if we are a rich country, then there's no problem about financing a huge armed forces, active armed forces. There's no problem about equipping ill-equipped or training ill-trained reserve forces. There will be no problem about that one. So for me to focus first is how are we going to improve our country? And the only way to do it is to produce educated, productive, inventive, creative, and entrepreneurial citizens.
Kana.
Ha?
Sakto ginawa. Tinuod na. Dagang nangaigoan ni katong sa.
So vote for me for president.
Oy, problema na.
Oh, permi.
Permi.
Kaya mo na itong plataforma. Mo na itong plataforma. Really, you know, I'm really serious on that matter. That's the only way to go. Why other countries, if you look at developed countries, do not look into countries nga nadato because of oil, no? Kanaa sila oil. Look at countries nga walay access sa oil.
Singapore.
No? Oh, Singapore.
Walay tubig.
Singapore has become rich because Singapore transformed their country into a financial hub, no? To become a financial hub. So most of the citizens there are have the know-how to do financing, and usually this has something to do with derivatives, stocks, stock exchange, and other forms of economic enterprise like foreign exchange, futures, and commodities. So that's how Singapore. And if you look at Japan and Korea, what made Korea rich? They have Samsung, they have Hyundai, they have Kia. Their country was able to produce technology, no?
LG,
Their country was able to produce technology.
LG,
Now, our country, what nabatay auto, bisan nga bisikleta, wag siguro made in the Philippines nga bisikleta ba? Di ba? And then the funny thing is, I saw one time in the internet, I think it was a European-based company, gabaligyag bike by nga made out of bamboo. Kanang kawayan. Ang kawayan gikan sa Pilipinas. Pero ang bike, European. Oha,
Made
kalitot
in
mo
Europe.
social kay ka. Sada ka tanaw ng bike niya made out of bamboo. Nga Pilipinas bay daghan may kawayan, wala man ay bisikleta nga made out of bamboo. Di ba? Ano situation?
Sa atong katong gi-point out nimo kanina nga we are created to become laborers. Isa matuog ko ana kay sa atong
Naikuan na Rick. Usually katong trabaho sa una nga ang gabuhaton karon is ang mga manufacturing, let's say manufacturing gawin kabalo mga manufacturing ani. Mag-import ta og mga raw materials. Example, gikan Japan nga mga raw materials, gikan sa China nga raw materials, diri himuon, diri i-assemble. Then ang quality, let's say Japan quality. Di ba? Then pag-abot i-export sa Japan, pero ang butang is made in Japan. Not Philippines.
Not Philippines.
Ang gimo laborer ang Philippines, that's true.
Labor.
Ang gimo nilang laborer ang mga Pilipinas. Labor lang, barato man gud ang labor sa Pilipinas.
Oh.
Barato man gud ang labor sa Pilipinas. Muna ipadala nila ilang gamit dinhi, diri himuon, balik nila dito.
Is there any country, any developed country that is full of laborers? There is no country that is full of laborers. The rich countries are full of businessmen. Rich countries, they are rich because the capitalists are living there. No, US, London, or UK, they are rich because you know the owners of Coca-Cola lives there. The owners of Nestle lives there. Oh, name a multinational. The only multinational company that Philippines has is San Miguel. San Miguel is already in and Jollibee. Limited ra kay gamay ra kayo bay. Maybe Tanduay. One time I was in Thailand, naamay Tanduay dadto. So you know, gamay ra kayo bay. But if because sorry ana, medyo na side topic ta, but what my message is maybe if what my message is maybe we are focusing on the wrong direction.
That's part of educational system, di ba? Kaya
Yeah, part
ROTC
of
is
educational
education.
system. Yes. Ang ako mga
ROTC
point
is
is education, man, you know. We are putting ROTC as mandatory because out of an educational system.
We are educating the youth through
For
ROTC.
me, instead of educating the youth in ROTC, perhaps it's better to invest time and resources in educating the youth to become inventors, creators, or entrepreneurs. That's my point, no? Just to clarify things, kaya ROTC ba itong topic. What I'm just saying is, why do we have to spend millions of resources in a program that that may not even produce a better economy, no, a better nation. Whereas if we invest these resources to an educational system, wherein the young people, young as they are, they can become like Mark Zuckerberg, at the age of just more than 21 ba to? 20 or 18, 19? What was the age Mark Zuckerberg was able to create Facebook, and he became a billionaire. So why can we not produce this kind of people? No, and I have even seen a study that that most of the Filipinos have low IQs. Have you seen that one in Facebook, that there is a study that many of our citizens have low IQ? So why not focus on improving improving not just the IQ? Why not create an educational system wherein we will be able to improve not just the IQ of our people, but also the EQ, the emotional quotient, and the social, and the meron yung isa pang quotient yung
EQ?
No.
Emotional quotient.
Emotional quotient.
quotient.
Napaisa ka quotient, anxiety quotient ba yun or something that prepares a person to be able to handle stressful situations, that he will come out still productive even if the situation is stressful or very challenging. So there's a
Di ba ginatrain na sa ROTC, Brad?
Ha?
Di ba ginatrain na sa ROTC? Di
wala
ba
ka
ginatrain
na
na sa ROTC?
Wala man taana na train gayon.
Okay na. Dili train ang term.
Na-expose ka lang sa stressful. Sa ROTC, na-expose ka lang sa stressful and challenging situation. Pero they to be socially able to adapt to it. Why? If they train us to be socially able, what would happen is dili unta dagan quitter sa ROTC. That's the point there. Na kung ang youth once ang tao once ma-expose siya og challenging situation, dili siya mukwit, dili siya muundang. There's a term for that one. Mo na siyang bag-o nga quotient, no? Kung sa una IQ, ang nisunod EQ, kanina pud siya ang ikatulo nga nalimot lang ko unsay atong i-Google. Kamo sa istorya kay ako sa i-Google.
Brad, so pwede lugar kana siya muna implement aya dai nimo ipa-ROTC yung tao.
Di pa mukwit.
Di ba? Pag mo pasar na siya sure na siya ROTC.
Sure na siya ROTC. Basta unahon gid na.
Okay. Mga sirs,
aya din siya ipa-ROTC.
Yabot na ta sa threshold sa tong time, no, kay di na nato ipadugay kay ang akong editing ani. Taas na. So thank you kasi inyong time, no. Thank you kasi inyong time, and murag magdugang patag episode sa kay kulang atong discussions. Kay Attorney Lawrence, thank you kaayo. Sir Carls, thank you.